Of course, folks, so welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel, and I am back with a Lego Market Wednesday. We're going to be looking at some Lego sets which retired in 2024, 2023, and also some of the latest GWPs, and see how they're doing on the Lego market. Are they going up or down in price? Should you guys buy them now, buy them later if you want them for your own collection? Should you sell them now or sell them later if you have any for investing? So, of course, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Join the Discord in the description below. Let's head over now to the PC. We've got some really interesting sets to go over today. Alrighty folks, of course, so the first Lego set we have in today's Lego Market Wednesday is a Lego set which retired last year in 2024 and isn't doing as good as I think people expected it to be doing. We have the Lego Indiana Jones Escape from the Lost Tomb Lego set 77013, 600 pieces, retailing for a price of $34.99 in the UK and $39.99 US dollars. Now this Indiana Jones Lego set comes with 4 minifigures, all of them being unique and exclusive to this Lego set, and this set also has quite a bit of playability. You can knock these giant Sphinx statues down. You also have just other things that are twisting and turning. You can release the snakes as well. But one major downside with this Lego set, I mean, you can see there is a lot of sticker pieces, which if these were pad printed pieces, a lot more people I think would have been encouraged to buy this Lego set, mostly for these really cool pieces to, you know, build their own Indiana Jones mocks. But this Lego set, the minifigures do look quite cool, was one of the 3 Indiana Jones Lego sets which released in the latest Indiana Jones wave, and also all 3 of them retired last year in 2024. This one was quite heavily discounted at the final few months of its shelf life. I think down to around £20, maybe a little bit less, but it isn't really doing that great at the moment on the Lego market. It is one of the more maybe short to mid-term investments, but it's selling for around between £26 and around £30. So just below retail price. Maybe you can shift quite a few around Christmas time, but yeah, not really doing that great. I think a lot of people thought, well, this Indiana Jones wave hasn't been on shelves for that long, and we haven't had any Indiana Jones sets for a while, so a lot of Lego investors went into the hype of these Lego sets. Now, I don't have any at the moment. I've sold all of them now, but yeah, it's a decent set. I would probably hold on to it though and wait till a few more people get rid of theirs, and hopefully the price at least goes up to around retail price very, very soon. Let's move on now to the next set in this Lego Market Wednesday. Alrighty, my fellow pineapples, the next Lego set we have is a BrickHeadz Lego set. A few people did request some more BrickHeadz in these videos, so we're going to go over a few. This one had a very sudden retirement change in 2024, and let's see how that has impacted this Lego set on the Lego market. We have the Lego BrickHeadz Spring Festival Mickey Mouse Lego set 40673, 120 pieces, retailing for a price of $9.99 in the UK and $9.99 US dollars. So this Lego set was originally due to retire in 2025 or 2026. However, Lego decided to, you know, change in the final few months the retirement date and have it retire in 2024. And a lot of Lego investors thought, wow, this is going to be an easy way to double my money. So they bought so many. I saw so many people going into the Lego store, reaching the limit, buying the limit on the Lego website. And I thought, well, there's just going to be so much competition with this BrickHeadz. I have no interest. If it does really good, I've missed out, and it is what it is. But this Lego set isn't really doing that great on the Lego market, probably because of the amount of competition, and there just isn't really a demand for it. I mean, it is a different style of Mickey Mouse, but it just is kind of a niche audience. It's selling for around retail price now on the eBay aftermarket, which isn't really that great. There are other BrickHeadz which retired last year in 2024, which you could have bought, like the Lord of the Rings BrickHeadz, the Sonic ones, and you have made a lot more profit from those. But if you do have this, I would say just sell them and recoup your money. Spend it on BrickHeadz or other Lego sets retiring this year. That is what I would do anyway, but of course, make your own decisions. It is your money at the end of the day. But an interesting one, if we get more styles, maybe like a Chinese festival, you know, Minnie Mouse, or like a Goofy, that could maybe encourage people to buy this one. But yeah, with the amount of competition and the amount of people who are impatient within the reselling and investing hobby now, I don't really think it's going to do that good. So let's move on now to the next set in this Lego Market Wednesday. Of course, folks, so the next Lego set we have is a big expensive Lego set which retired last year in 2024, which so many people bought for investing. I'm very glad I didn't, but let's see how it's doing after almost a year since it retired. We have the Lego Star Wars Master Builder Series Mos Eisley Cantina Lego set 75290, 3,187 pieces, retailing for a price of $344.99 in the UK and $399.99 US dollars. This Lego set, if we're not talking about the Lego market price and the actual price of the set, it is absolutely stunning. The build is really awesome. We get 21 minifigures in total, 9 of them being unique and exclusive to this Lego set. We get minifigures like the Spy. We also get a ton of weird alien minifigures, which are really, really cool. We have the band members. We have Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca. It's just a really awesome Lego set. Han Solo, Greedo, very, very awesome. A perfect Lego set for those original trilogy fans. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the set because, of course, there are so many reviews on YouTube, and we're here to talk about how it's doing on the Lego market. So this set has been very heavily discounted throughout its shelf life in 2024. It was discounted, I believe, during the May the 4th promotion. It was also discounted at John Lewis very heavily throughout its shelf life, with a lot of stock coming back in stock. There were so many people being able to buy this Lego set, and it was also discounted at the end of the year as well. And that was a very good indication for me that it's not really going to do that great unless people are actually going to be holding it for a while. And the thing is, with the investing hobby nowadays within Lego, there is so many impatient people who don't know what they're doing, and a lot of people are already trying to get even just break even with this Lego set selling on eBay. And also, this Lego set like this, I stated multiple times when I was covering it, it is a long-term investment. You're planning on holding it when you're looking to buy this set for around 3 to 5 years. So when you're getting into the investing hobby, don't chuck all your capital into one big Lego set. Don't put all of your money into one basket. Spread it out, buy Lego sets from £10 to £50, and a lot of them, that will actually get you a better return a lot quicker. Now, this Lego set is selling for around, on average, £250 to £290, which isn't that great. I've not seen anybody sell this Lego set for retail price, but I do think if you do hold on to it, you might be able to, you know, sell it for a decent amount, but you've got to wait till all these impatient sellers get rid of this Lego set. Let's move on now to the next set in this video. Alrighty folks, of course, so the next Lego set we have is another BrickHeadz Lego set. This one actually retired in 2022, so let's see how it's doing as we have gotten some new Stranger Things BrickHeadz. We have the Lego Netflix, Demogorgon, and 11 Stranger Things Duo Pack. Lego set 40549, 192 pieces, retailing for a price of $17.99 in the UK and $19.99 US dollars. So I have never watched Stranger Things. I will probably never watch it. I just have no interest. All I do know is this is one of the main, I guess, enemies within the series, and we have the main character as well. Two very important BrickHeadz, the first in the Stranger Things line, and also the box art is really, really cool. I do think that is really well done. But with this Lego set though, and this duo pack, this Lego set I think might have been discounted in 2022, I'm not too sure, but this Lego set is selling very consistently, especially with the release of the new Stranger Things BrickHeadz, for around £40, which is really, really good. And with the new ones, I'm sure it's going to keep going up as people will want to go back and get these for their own collection. And I kind of did want to mention it in today's video to, you know, kind of remind you guys, if there are BrickHeadz which are retiring, let's say the One Piece BrickHeadz, there is a chance that we might get more styles and more characters in the future, which will encourage people to go back and get these older ones, similar to the Minecraft BrickHeadz as well, like the Creeper and the Steve. That one is selling for so much now, and that retired quite a while ago, but as we got some more Minecraft BrickHeadz, they increased a lot in price. So I think the One Piece BrickHeadz are going to be great, and it's kind of just a bit of an insight to see how Lego sets are doing in the BrickHeadz theme after they've retired for quite a few years. So doubling your money, not too bad at all. Let's move on now to the next set in this Lego Market Wednesday. Alrighty guys, the next Lego set we have is a Winter Village Lego set. We have a few retiring this year in 2025, so let's see how this one has been doing since it retired in 2024, and we are at that peak time to sell these Lego sets. We have the Winter Village Holiday Main Street Lego set 10308, 1,514 pieces, retailing for a price of $89.99 in the UK and $99.99 US dollars. So 1,500 pieces for a powered up Lego set is actually a really good price per piece ratio for $89.99, especially considering Lego sets and their prices nowadays. But this Winter Village Lego set is pretty cool. The main attraction that people are buying it for is this tram right here. Lots of people don't usually have many vehicles in their Winter Village apart from the odd train, and this one also does fit onto the train tracks, which is really, really great, and you can also power it up and have it move around. We also do get some houses as well. We do get a music store and also a toy store, also with a second floor on both. We also do get a Christmas tree and some scenery as as well, a letterbox, etc. Coming with a total of 6 minifigures, not too bad, but nothing really that special. Now, the interiors are pretty good. We also do have a little bedroom and also a seating area as well. Very, very nice. But overall, I think a lot of people are buying this Lego set, especially at this time of year, as people are bringing out their winter villages and, you know, wanting to add the new sets and go back and buy some of the ones that they are missing. I actually did want to buy this one for my own collection. However, I waited too long for it to go on a further discount and I missed out on it. But it is what it is. I saw this set discounted, I think, down to $69.99. It might have been cheaper, maybe down to around £65. But at the moment on eBay, it is doing pretty good, selling for around £100 on average, 110 for some of them. And I do think it might keep going up closer to when we get December, and then it's probably going to lay out and stay flat until next year. And that's probably what is going to be happening for the Winter Village Lego sets retiring this year in 2025. Now, please do note that Winter Village Lego sets will only really be able to be sold at Christmas, not really halfway throughout the year. They will not be able to get as much money as you would waiting till the holiday season. So at least for a minimum, you're looking to be holding on to the Lego sets for at least a year. And I know a lot of people are impatient in this hobby and want to get the money straight away. And maybe this, you know, the ones that are retiring this year in 2025 could shoot up quite quickly, but I heavily doubt it. Just keep it in mind when you're buying these Winter Village sets. A lot of them don't really go up a lot in price. So make sure your buying price is key. Let's move on now to the final set in today's video. Of course, my fellow turtles, so the final Lego set we have in today's Lego Market Wednesday is a GWP, which we covered last week, and we're going to be going over it again because that's the whole purpose of these Lego Market Wednesdays. We're going to be seeing if Lego sets are going up or down in price in a very short amount of time, and this one definitely is. We have the Lego The Goonies, the Walsh's Attic Lego set 40773, 179 pieces, coming with purchases of the new The Goonies Lego set if you bought it day 1 to, I think, the 7th of November. Now, this GWP is really, really good, and I do think people will be wanting it in the future. However, the amount of competition there is with this GWP is insane, but it is really cool to be getting some exclusive minifigures in a gift with purchase. This is the kind of GWP we should have gotten for the new Simpson Lego set, which I think a lot of people have actually completely forgotten about even exists because it's just not really that great at all, quite overpriced. But this GWP last week was selling for around £50–55, and after a week has dropped down to around £40–42, sometimes even less, which is very, very laughable because of the amount of resellers who have decided to go for the GWP and in, you know, the actual Lego set. And a lot of people are now panicking, realizing, oh wait, we've got Insiders Weekend and Black Friday coming up and I can't sell this Lego set. Do I want to get my £200 back to, you know, even just make a loss to get my money back? It's just, I find it really, really funny how a lot of people decide that it would just follow that same path as the Black Pearl. But the only reason why the Black Pearl did really, really good is because nobody was buying it to go for the GWP. Luckily I did get a Jack Sparrow compass, and I sold the actual build of the Black Pearl to keep some of the minifigures for myself, which I'm really, really happy about. But this Lego Goonies Lego set has only just gone on back order, and it is only on back order till the 17th of November. So all those impatient sellers are panicking so much, but if you do have the patience to hold on to this GWP and the Lego set, you can make a lot of money, especially with the GWP. You just got to wait till a lot of the impatient sellers sell out. Of course, that is the final GWP we have in today's video, and also the final Lego set. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you want to see me cover this next week or the week after, probably the week after. Let's move on now to the outro. Of course, folks. I hope you guys did enjoy today's Lego Market Wednesday. Of course, let me know in the comment section below. Have you got any of these Lego sets, whether it's for your own collection or for investing? And also, recommend some Lego sets you would like to see me cover in these Lego Market Wednesdays. Yes, we went over quite a few BrickHeadz in today's video, but of course, a lot of people do like to learn about the BrickHeadz, as a lot of people get into that theme and they can be really, really good. So, of course, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with retirement updates, new GWPs and promotions, Lego news, everything you need to know, basically, especially as we're leading up to Black Friday and Insiders Weekend. So, of course, big shout out to Darkcrest73 for being a member on my YouTube channel. Turn on notification bell, ready for the next video. It's going to be a FOMO Friday unless we get some more news. So, of course, goodbye, folks.